Hi guys, I'm Darling. I
So
made a mistake of marrying him.
this part of don't make my life difficult for
I'm not
editing.
making your life difficult. I literally just explained everything. I think, yeah,
Okay, all right. So
I'm
I
Darling.
introduce you as
I
a
don't have
darling.
a name. I do not have a name. I'm Darling.
So I introduce you
He
as a
does not
darling.
remember my name.
No. So I need to introduce you as a darling.
I am Darling.
Okay, okay. That's how I do my take to know where to start the
Look, it
episode.
started already.
No.
It did.
Yeah.
If I were you, I would keep it.
Oh God, I would not.
I would,
Okay,
because I'm smarter than you.
because I
You
need to
told me
start
my
with
brain is
that.
fatter.
All right.
According to you, my brain is fat. So,
Welcome to Foodcast. This is the Christmas edition of Foodcast.
aka the edition where I get to complain about all the cooking and everything that I get to do.
And today,
Well, he just gets to enjoy it.
we have here with us Darling, aka my wife, aka Carolina.
Now I have a name.
Yeah, you
Wow,
have a name.
and a
Yes,
surname.
And a surname, yes.
I
Luckily, it
I
would be
feel
easy for me, easy to edit because the surname is the same.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you know how to spell your surname?
No, I need your
Yeah.
help on that.
Okay. Anyway, feed me wine. Feed me wine.
Okay, what's the weapon of choice?
Whatever you bought.
Okay, Pollo Tempesta, Chianti Reserva.
I get Chianti.
Yeah.
What am I, Hannibal? Cannibal?
All right, tell me, Christmas.
I'll tell you Christmas. I'm under a blanket. I'm exhausted. I've been cooking all day.
Okay, you're preparing Christmas, yeah?
You know, because you were just sitting in that room playing with Lego for an entire day while I was in the kitchen.
Well,
No, meh.
I need,
Although no, he gets bonus points because
I'm entertaining
I
the kids.
discovered that I was missing a few things, and I sent him into.
A quest.
I didn't send you into a quest. I sent you on a quest. Maybe yes.
Okay.
Into a Polish shop, which is a thing. Clearly, and the more time he spent outside, the more stuff I remembered I need, or discovered that I need. Not I remembered, but I discovered. What am I supposed to do with this? Like lipstick or rouge or what?
I sniff whatever you want. I like to sniff the core.
I'm gonna be pretentious for 5 seconds. Yeah.
All
So
right.
anyway, so the longer he was out, the more I noticed that I forgot or I was missing, or just that I was going to try a new recipe for something. So he gets bonus husband brownie points for snatching all of that and finding all of that. So yeah, let's give him a pat on the back.
Yay! So tell me a little bit. What's the biggest
gonna tell you, yeah.
the difference between the Brazilian Christmas versus the Polish Christmas?
Well, first of all, maybe you should clarify what Brazilian Christmas is, huh?
Carnival.
Oh yeah, so a bikini and a lot of sequins.
No. Normally, I think we would have the flamingos around, this kind of stuff. No, joke. No, jokes apart. The Brazilian Christmas is summer when it's Christmas for us. So it's a little bit more. You have more fruit, corn, and then you have the meats. Meat would be turkey or what's the other meat we use?
You guys had
pork,
you had pork and you also
pork leg,
eat
yeah.
cod, don't you?
Yes, that's the Portuguese influence to get the cod, the bacalhoada there. So, but normally you wouldn't have the cod for Christmas. Depend the family.
Yeah. But you have that escape clause because you usually eat what, midnight?
Mm-hmm. Traditionally on Christmas Eve, when turn midnight, that's when we have the feast.
That's what you eat. Yeah, exactly. So you're like the token Catholics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, now, with your perspective, how would, like, me personally, after Polish Christmas,
For years and years of indoctrination. Yeah.
I have to say is not more luxurious, but
No, we just make it a bit more oomphy.
yes.
We have more oomph.
So, what would it be for you? Like, what's your the bright points of the Brazilian Christmas and the Polish Christmas?
I
and
cannot
the mix,
tell you
if there's
because
a mix.
I think we need to clarify one important thing. The one time we had Brazilian Christmas was in 2019, and we flew when our youngest daughter was already sick. Not COVID. Don't think of that. No.
It was pre-COVID.
It was still pre-COVID days. She had temperature, and we got a letter from a doctor saying that she can fly. Then between flights, our older daughter got same symptoms, and by the time we boarded the last plane, I had fever. So when we landed, all three ladies of your life were sick.
Yeah,
And
but
not
like
happy.
my-
So we survived Christmas Eve. Very happy and in a very delicate constitution. So I cannot really say anything about Brazilian Christmas personally.
Yeah, but for the years we are together, we try. I tried to implement a few things. Okay, I didn't try too hard.
Yeah, you
I
didn't.
have
You
to.
didn't try it at all, did.
To bring our tradition, because there are few things we do not have here in Ireland, and the community, Brazilian community, didn't bring that, like the corn, like the farofa, like the corn farofa, like the sweet corn and the dry corn mixed together in the salad.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yes, it is. When did you try to implement that during
No,
Christmas?
I didn't, because like
Okay.
I do not match much with the menu, the Polish menu, like the meats. We used to have the meats before we
For Christmas Eve.
before we
Never.
before you
Uh-uh.
we no listen, before we went to a plant-based diet at home.
No, never.
we had the fish.
That's not meat.
Is meat. Is this
I'm
protein?
sorry, Ricardo. Yeah, it's protein, but it's not classified as meat. Not at least not from a Catholic perspective. Religiously looking at it, fish is not meat. No,
Yeah.
no, and do not look at me like that. I know you're a token Catholic, but no, it's not. So we had fish because on Christmas Eve, just as on Good Friday, you're not allowed to eat meat. Well, not allowed, or you weren't allowed. I believe it's changing now. I don't really keep up with the Catholic newsletter these days, so
So now, Polish Christmas. Explain a little bit what's the tradition in Poland for Christmas. Enlighten us briefly. Don't explain all the 13 dishes.
12.
13.
12.
I always count 13. You're making too much food, I think.
You're supposed to have 12,
Okay.
so there's 12.
Okay. So
Your math abilities suck.
okay, I was probably start to count the alcohol in that stage. So tell us a little bit about
Can
your.
anybody notice that somebody's like really pressed for time today?
I'm not pressing on time. Somebody is listening to
he-
that and is going to work now and trying to listen that before I get to work.
Who's going to work now before Christmas?
No, I don't know. Some chefs.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell
So
us.
there's
a little bit.
12 dishes, not
Yeah.
13. Ricard doesn't know how to count apparently. There's supposed to be 12 dishes. We don't count really like full on meals and stuff, obviously. Like side salad will count as a dish. bread will count as a dish. So we count all of those teeny tiny things. There's a few theories as to why we have that many. There's one for for 1 month of the year, or for example one for each of the apostles. Whatevs. And we have fish. We have carp. In Poland, and then which is kind of nasty because it has so many fish bones that it's more effort than it's worth in terms of eating, and you always have to have the top lights on because the fish bones stuck in the root of the roof of your mouth or in the back of your throat.
But a carp is not an easy fish to find.
Oh, in Poland it is. For Christmas, but for Christmas only. So no, they specifically grow it. It's
just for Christmas.
Yeah. Hey, we have carp in our tank. Goldfish is
A kind of carp. Oh jeez, I wouldn't eat them.
Not anymore. Now you're attached to Ben and Jerry.
No. So but do you have any funny story about Christmas and the food around?
Well, I don't know how funny they are. It's like for me personally, there was always attachment because like also another thing is depending where you are, region wise, in Poland, you're going to have like variations on everything. So I would have like meat jelly, for example, or like fish jelly, not my kind of thing, but. My grandma like would have it, but
you grew up in the end of the communist regime, right? And then you told me stories like you used to get the fish still alive, and then you guys used to bring home and to keep still alive for a.
Hey, that okay. So no, for example. Even now, some people would have a live carp swimming in their bathtub. I had two.
Bath with the fish?
No, you can't have a bath with them. Obviously, that's what you have buckets for. But to have a wash, who washes in winter anyway?
You do.
Yeah, that's Western European civilization.
But like now, with our culture difference, let's say, how the things did improve? Did it change? Did like
no,
I remember
Ricardo.
the beginning of our Christmas, in our tradition was like in the 6th day, first week of Christmas, you would put the Christmas tree up. And I remember you're really ticked off when I say we need to put the Christmas tree up, and you say no, it's close to Christmas. It used to be like Christmas Day. Or
it's supposed to be. No, Christmas Eve. It's supposed to be Christmas Eve, or maybe just a couple of days before. Absolutely, that's kind of traditional. Like that's the Polish way.
Then okay, wait. When did you put the Christmas tree up here home?
The first weekend of November.
Yes, I think the things went a little bit.
Okay, so no, they didn't go too far. I have an excuse for this, and my excuse is Christmas tree brings me absolute and total joy and happiness. And I started because once we had kids, I started putting up Christmas tree 6th of December. So Eastern Europe, like Germany, Eastern, towards the East, sorry. We would have on 6th of December St. Nicholas Day. So St. Nicholas comes and gives a little gift, mostly sweets and some fruit to children. And I used that as an excuse to decorate a Christmas tree earlier. And then when 2020 pandemic hit, I needed happiness. I needed some joy. so I put up the Christmas tree mid-November. And then last year I did the same thing, and this year we skipped Halloween because over Halloween we went away for as a like a delayed celebration for our wedding anniversary and my birthday. So I promised kids that we will put up Christmas tree very early because we're missing out on Halloween. And it was a bargain kind of that I made with the girls, and I stand by it. It gives me a lot of joy and a lot of happiness, and I enjoy looking at this sparkling monstrosity that is super super kitschy. Not this year. I think that it's very tasteful this year.
I think I need to take a picture to put on that.
You do.
Yeah,
I'm very proud of it.
And like okay, I need to finish the village underneath, Lego Village.
Lego Village, the one that
Yeah.
he was working on.
Late this year. Experience Polish Christmas for the first time.
For you.
For me, yes. But like not just for me. With your, I want to see with your eyes how because I do understand impose cultures to other cultures is very challenging, and sometimes people feel very passionate about their own culture. I know you're more open minded. Like
I'm not. I'm not at all.
No, you're more open minded than other people. I am open minded to experience different food and different people, different cultures. But
Yes,
that's me.
you are. I'm not.
But no, you are. You are. In a sense, you are.
I'm hardcore Polish. Christmas is the best.
Nah, no, like come on. Your palate compared with other Polish people I know is literally no. You're an open-minded person.
Okay, thank you. I
food-wise.
appreciate
But
that.
my point is, from your perspective, my question is, people experience your or our Christmas because the people I brought in afterwards was very interesting seeing people.
It was soul crushing. Every single
time. In a different perspective, the Christmas. I know majority of the people came to have our Christmas because I know our Christmas nowadays are not 100% Polish because you go plant-based and as well we adapt with the products we have locally. So let's say it's a twist Polish, but that still like made people turning heads. And how do you feel with people experiencing this kind our Christmas for the first time?
Well, my beef is in general with people dismissing or actually commenting and judging somebody else's food even without tasting it. It's very hurtful when you're eating your lunch at work and people just look at your lunch and go like, oh my god, that looks disgusting, I would never put that in my mouth. And I see our girls going through this in school and going through that particularly on Christmas, which, let's face it, Christmas is super important to me. It's magic. Christmas is embodiment of magic for
Like
the entire year. So when I prepared dinner, which for me has to be traditional because I am a traditionalist at heart, and I like when yeah, I like when everything goes exactly the way it should. So we ideally should sit down to dinner at the first star, and everything should be kind of following a very specific system and playbook, you know. And then Angel comes and everything. And then when we had people brought into our house, so when we had guests come into our house for Christmas Eve, we had people who were very open-minded, and we also had people who would literally look at the food that was in front of them and poke it and go like, what's that? And then even just hearing that it's, for example, a mushroom. Now, not everybody has to like mushrooms. It is, you know, not really a stance we would accept in this household, because mushrooms are super important in this household, wouldn't you say, Ricardo?
Oh yes, no, mushrooms are really nice. I really like
We
them.
we worship at the altar of mushroom.
Sometimes people do not like. I think what put off people on mushrooms are their appearance than more than flavor or texture. But the way it is, like the Polish mushroom soup is one of my favorite soups.
Oh, the Christmas mushroom
Oh
soup. It's
my
made out of
God.
dried mushrooms.
Like this
and
year,
it's a mix.
You ask me how many liters we should be making.
We,
We,
because
royal
multiple
we.
me's we are making the soup. Yeah,
Yes, and what was my answer?
10 liters.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I have only enough mushrooms for 6 liters. So,
Yeah. Bummer.
oops. It's
Yeah.
still more than I made last year.
Oh
so.
yes. No,
Last year, I
it's,
think I made 4.
is lovely. Is wide mushroom, like literally you don't have like big piece of mushroom swimming like the Irish mushroom soup is more cream base.
Yeah, and
It's
it's made out of
thicker.
the white like the
Yeah, like
yeah.
I mix because I like the portobello give you a little bit of the wideness or chestnut mushroom. Nonetheless, it's more like a broth, correct? The
yeah, it's
Polish.
like essence of multiple wild mushrooms, but they are, because they are dried mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is so much stronger, and the
Yes.
taste is stronger. It's kind of
It's lovely.
it's
great.
a punch.
And I remember when we like before we went plant based, and as well because the lactose intolerance in the house, you put heavy cream. Sour cream.
No, I never did.
No, the traditional thing
But
you always have.
it's not
like the-
tradition. It was always an option. So
Yeah.
there are people who like it with cream and people who don't. And I personally do not remember ever in my entire life having it with cream.
Yeah, because you
Even
have.
pre knowing that I have lactose intolerance and everything.
Yeah, because you have the option to put. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, but like.
But it is heavy cream.
I prefer without. The way it is just like I swear to God, I would exchange this wine for the soup.
Well, the thing is that
It's lovely.
to
It's
date,
great.
if like our younger daughter is obsessed with mushrooms. She's an addict, and her obsession with the mushroom soup is so big that just when we were going to Brazil, that was the thing. That was the thing that broke her. I remember, because she was like, "But how are we gonna go about the mushrooms?"
Christmas without mushroom soup.
And we
yes.
didn't because we couldn't have that mushroom soup, because it was the only thing that I could not. Bring,
we couldn't
well, I
make it.
could,
Yeah.
we could,
No, we didn't
but
have
it
the
was
time for it.
The time frame and everything was
Yeah.
not okay. And then we also got all sick. I did manage to make. We tried to make beetroot soup over there.
Oh yeah, the beetroot soup as well
And some
is-
other bits and pieces we did attempt to bring over to good or bad effect, or mediocre effect at least.
Yeah. So you're saying that the way people see for the food or the Polish tradition, you think it's just like because they didn't know what to expect, or why make them to look at the food like
Oh, how am I supposed to know? I'm not in their heads. Dude.
like in my perspective is the way I see like the Brazilian food, and people talk about the Brazilian food, and we Brazilians, we suck to impose our culture. Example, Indian and Chinese food, how they impose their food in other nationalities. They mayo down, they bring a mild version of what they do. Italians, they didn't have to do that. because their food is very easy and very
Everybody loves Italian food.
yes, is simplicity of the food. But any other nation trying to bring or impose their food, they need to mile down or scale down for the local taste. Even pizzas, when you start to talk about Italian, you have locally different ingredients, and people, when you say a pizza napolitano, they will not know what it is. You need to go to Napoli and understand what it is. Or a pizza romana. I go to work and, like, example, one of the restaurants opening a new pizza place. I said, what do you think? And they want a more snacky food, like for people to drink and eat. I said, what do you think about to make a romana, pizza romana? They look at me if I had like 2 or 3 heads, because they said pizza is pizza. I said, no. Pizza romana is pizza romana. Pizza romana is basically made in a tray, is rectangular or is square, and you cut in small, like,
Yeah, but Ricardo, but
it's about the adaptation.
Your outlook on some things, and especially food, is specific. I remember that from us dating very, very early. You were hell-bent on some type of a sauce for pasta, I remember. And I was like, I've never heard of it, but fine, you're saying it exists. Then you proved to me that it does exist. And then, funny enough...
Alfredo sauce.
Yes. And then, years later, I remember having Italian students, and they were saying, oh yeah, Alfredo sauce, but that's American.
Nah, it's Alfredo di Roma.
But at the end of the day, this is not an Italian cuisine kind of conversation here. We're talking Christmas, dude.
Yes, I know. My point here is, me personally, I think the Polish cuisine is quite open, quite flexible to eat. It's not something you need to adapt much. Like the Brazilian cuisine... No. There are a few things, yes, you need to... There are a few things quite specific. It's like the cabbage, sour cabbage, or the golonko is
my husband's one and only vice.
No, it's more specific flavors, and then you need to mile down. Is the same with feijoada. Is lovely, yes, but if you start to explain everything goes in, people will not eat.
Oh, to date, I remember when I was having first, I suppose, feijoada in Brazil when we went for the very first time, and I'm putting all of that food in my mouth, and then your uncle went like, do you know what you're eating? And I'm like, no, and I'm just chewing stuff as he looks at me like, yeah, you're eating
tongue and ears.
I remember going like, I can't puke right now, can I? No, I can't.
Yeah, similar one. We did the barbecue a couple of months ago. And we...
Oh, the chicken hearts!
Yeah, we have barbecue, Brazilian barbecue. We use the chicken hearts. And then they're lovely. Afterwards, you just like marinate them, and then you squeeze a little bit of lime on top. I do a little bit of my flair. I put a little bit of coriander through it, and make it really nice, like how it's called, not chimichurri, but like in my version of a green sauce with lime, and you put through, toss through the hearts after you cook. And the neighbors were eating, all Irish, 100% Irish people, eating. They eating that. And then I came and said, they asked what it was. I said chicken hearts, and they kept eating, and they thought it was just like shaped in chicken heart.
Yeah, like there was chicken cut out in shapes of hearts.
Oh yeah, or something like that. But you can see a chicken heart is dark, and it's like liver. In a sense, if you overcook, you don't know how to cook, it'll be very gamey and it'll be not pleasant.
Very chewy and unpleasant, yeah.
So if you cook right, just is right. So they ate, they love, and then when you could see their face after they ate half of the bowl, and I said, no, actually they're hearts, the chicken hearts, and they didn't know if they spit or swallow.
No, I don't think that was face.
the face. No, their face
Really?
was like, they stopped to eat.
I did.
Like they were chewing and they stopped, like, and then you could see the brains, the monkeys
Working.
clapping the plates in their
The
heads.
symbols.
Yeah, and say what I'm eating, and then drop the penny. And
But then they finished. They ate
finished,
everything.
They kept eating, and it was fine. They realized they got that part of like I feel violated because of the hearts. It's the same one we did as well in the same kind of few months ago. I did the Brazilian or São Paulo hot dog that you put even mashed potato
Oh, yes.
in the hot dog, and
It was such a win, though.
yeah,
That was our
but
older
the
daughter's confirmation party.
The first 2 hours of the barbecue, people were coming to me to the grill, and I was just hot dog, ketchup, mayo, probably some onions on top, and that's it in the bread.
But then the thing was that there was my friend who was there, you, and also our
Yes.
kids knew.
And then
And we all had the one with the mashed potato and everything on it. And then we also have we had a neighbor who
was the turn in the curve, because she had one and she said, "Look, let me try. I want to know. I want to have the full experience." She had the full one and asked for a second one, and then people look. I said, "All right, she liked it. She asked for a second. I want." And then that's how people.
And then another neighbor, and that was the funniest thing. She had one. And she was like, "No, I can't anymore. This is it. I'm done." Half an hour later, "You know what? I have space for another."
Yeah. So the idea behind is you need to know how to tap people to go. One of the restaurants I used to run, I did a Brazilian barbecue.
Freezing.
And then I put Brazilian barbecue was basically the simplest way to make roast beef at home. It's basically you make a bed of sea salt, cover the meat in sea salt. Actually, in Brazil, we would use.
I'm still
rock
waiting
salt.
how that Brazilian barbecue taps into Christmas and Polish Christmas, but okay, go on.
No, I'm getting there.
Okay.
So I cover with salt and the things. Slow cook for 6 hours. The last hour, you just take everything out and flash in the oven at very high temperature. And I remember I did the first time 2 loins. I barely sold them. Because people thought it would be salty or whatever. It's just salt and the meat.
I remember how you
And
make
then
it.
keep going. By the end, in the same restaurant, when I had to do that same, because it was a menu rotation, my last rotation, I had to make minimum 6 loins, because people want that. So it's something you need to tap slowly and introducing slowly to people. My point here is all about the experience. The
Okay, so
Polish
there is a
Christmas,
point there. Okay,
and
cool.
people saying, "Do you think
I don't.
people in that time, at those times, we brought people from outside our family or Polish people, trying our Christmas, thinking need to mile down or make the things simpler between brackets
No.
for other people."
No, I don't think it's about milding down, because there's no milding down of Christmas tradition. Like, for so many people, it's an entire turkey or a ham with whatever sides. And how would you mild down a turkey? What?
Oh, come on. When I was in Poland. Like,
Oh
you
my God,
remember that?
But we still haven't answered that question, Ricardo.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I should give you that.
Yeah.
The questions for you.
Yes, the questions for me. I wrote him a question set.
Okay,
I
yeah.
did, because I guess I'm a good wife. No, it's not a question of milding down traditions or watering down food and drinks and stuff. I think it's all in how we think and where we are willing to go with our adventurous side in terms of food. I know that I am very difficult at Christmas, and I'm also very difficult at Easter. And I am embracing my me being difficult, because we have specific ways of cooking things. We have very traditional things to eat at those times. It might be religious to some extent. It might be just years of tradition, and those are such very precious memories for me, from especially from my childhood and when I was growing up, that for me they are crucial, and I do not want to change them. I might be willing to bend them a bit, but you know, let's face it, Christmas without mushroom soup, we're gonna have a problem. Christmas without pierogi, or there's alternative to pierogi. We call it in Polish croquettes. It's either essentially pancake made with the same filling as pierogi, or fluff pastry filled with the same filling. It's cabbage with mushrooms. You have to have that. You would have to have beetroot soup. Mushroom soup is for my family and my region, but in different regions you would have, for example, fish soup.
Fish soup?
Yeah. And
like a broth?
I don't know. I've never had it. Because not my region. Not my tradition. But so there are, like I said at the beginning, there are variations in different regions in Poland that will have completely different set for Christmas Eve dinner. My one is the one that I grew up with, and it's very difficult for me to give it up. And then I remember when we spent the first Christmas in Poland together, and you being you love food, and you were just like, yeah, just feed me, just give me food, and I'm gonna eat whatever you give me, and I'm gonna be so happy. And you did. And then when we had...
It was lovely.
But you were already kind of prepared for it, because your first Christmas was actually after the first Easter in Poland. We went for Easter first.
It is not about that. It is about the set of mind. Do you think I had that set of mind? Because
yes, but I was trying to make a point.
Okay, make your point. Sorry, I forgot to sip my wine.
Oh my god! Like, drink, dude. Come on. No, I don't remember my point. I know I had it.
Okay, sorry.
Now it flew out the window.
Okay,
you disrupted your wine.
Let's go for the next question.
Flow. No, so I suppose the point is, you were very open-minded, which is why I'm saying I'm not. You were open-minded. You were okay with everything. And then I remember after the Easter, because we were in Brazil a few more times for Easter, you made a comment that at least my family makes a big deal out of Easter.
Compared with Brazil, definitely the Easter for at least Poland is a second Christmas. In Brazil,
I wouldn't say second Christmas. It's like it's questionable what is more important.
Yeah, Easter or Christmas.
Yeah, yes, there's a constant battle of what is more important.
In Brazil, like, you have Christmas and Easter is Easter.
And we really do make an oomph.
I would put Easter equivalent to Halloween. School is nice. You're gonna have nice food, and that's it. Like the comparison. No offense to us, but like yeah, it's just.
So
like,
after we've done it a few times in Brazil,
lacking seasoning the Easter in Brazil.
And then that's how I came to think also of Christmas, that we kind of do it with a little bit more oomph. Yeah. So for me, that there's that difference, and because we are very specific with the dishes and they have to go this way, and there's a specific set that I always cook, it's
no, I do understand. Like, there is a logic there, and I think you said you do not adapt. You need to go traditional. Not true.
No, I said I can bend.
No,
it's just that
it
I
changed a lot since my first Polish Christmas. For now, I think now is way better than before. Like,
Oh, you don't want to say that to my mom,
No,
guys.
not
Nobody
say-
tell
no,
my
no.
mom.
I wouldn't say that to her. Like, I prefer now plant-based fish we make is better than the one.
It's still not great. It's getting better
It's getting
every
better.
year.
Every
I
year is getting
think
better.
every
Yes.
year I'm getting better at it.
Yeah, like
I'm very very proud of the one that I made today.
yeah, I want to taste some more and let's see it.
You're not tasting it
You
tomorrow.
said I had a tasting.
Oh,
for
that's
tomorrow.
a different one.
All right. Okay.
Because I already made.
We have a domestic
one,
here.
We're gonna have a domestic here because I'm gonna have two different.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna have 3 different flavors of plant-based herring. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have 2 different types of plant-based carp. So
Okay, we're gonna taste that tomorrow.
no, you're gonna just taste one.
Tomorrow.
One.
Okay. Here, next question. I need to move on. Yeah. Things there. What's the difference between prep from a chef and a mom?
Okay, so
Leave me
story
with the
time, everybody.
God.
Story time. So many years ago, long time ago, in a galaxy far away,
You're this old.
me and my mom on FaceTime or whatever it was were not joking, but my mom said, "Hey, isn't it time for Ricardo to finally show off his cooking skills?"
wait.
I'm telling
I
the
just-
story.
Just before that, observation. Always when I go to, always. No, always. It's still.
Always, you're never
Like, I
allowed
always
to
go-
cook anything.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's literally. I go to Poland. Literally in a hotel is amazing. In a sense.
No, it's not like hotel. He still has to make his own sandwich.
Rarely,
Rarely, because
the wife trying to look and say, "Mom, look, I look after my husband."
No, it's not like this. No, it's not. It's not like this. Oh, mom, look at me. I'm trying to look after my husband. No, it's my mom saying like, make him a sandwich. Go make him a sandwich. And then I tell her, he has legs. He has hands. He can make it.
And rarely I need to make my sandwich. But now, with this point, after many years going there, and literally, if I go with my glass of wine after drink and I put in the sink and try to wash, it's like, get
Oh
out
no,
of here,
you
you're gonna
are
get
not. No,
murdered.
no. You're not allowed to wash. Absolutely. Very specific amount of people is allowed to wash dishes in my mom's house and put them away because nobody else knows where they go and how to wash them. So this is why you're not allowed.
Yeah.
Because
anyway.
one
Okay,
time,
continue the
one time
story.
you unloaded her dishwasher and she still can't find Tupperware.
Here at home, I can't load the dishwasher without being complained. So continue
Oh,
your
excuse
story,
me,
please. Come on, you're talking.
No.
We
I'm
are
sorry.
here on time. Come on.
There's story time for everything.
Oh my God. You
He's
can't
a good.
say the
He's a
top
good
best-
husband.
I'm
He's a
very
good husband.
Yeah, you see, we have.
I
the
asked
tape.
him one
Finally,
day. I asked him
I
one
will
day.
add it after
Will
the
you
word.
empty the dishwasher? My mistake should have worded a bit better, a little bit better, because the next morning I come downstairs, the dishwasher is empty, everything is on the table.
Not true, not everything. Come on.
Everything was-
Come on, about cooking in Poland.
Fine. So anyway, me and my mom having a chat about Christmas, and because Christmas Eve is important, Christmas Day actually does not feature for us, at least not for me and my mom. We, for as long as I can remember, Christmas Day was each of us spending the day in her own bed, reading books, maybe watching some TV, and just kind of
Chill out.
wandering around the house, grabbing the food as needed, whatever we wanted. But there was no actual Christmas dinner. So my mom said, "Hey, how about we finally test Ricardo's cooking skills properly and have him cook Christmas dinner?" And Ricardo was sitting essentially next to me, and I was like, "Hey, you want to cook Christmas dinner?" And he
Because
In his genius,
nobody trusts a skinny chef apparently.
Nobody
and it wasn't
trusts.
FaceTime. We were in Poland. I was sitting in the sofa.
No.
I was sitting in the sofa, lying down, watching something in the iPad with the kids, Zofia around,
Okay.
and then you.
And
Talk to
I'm
me.
just gonna cut you off right now. No, because we planned the shopping list over FaceTime a month before.
So a month before I had that conversation before that.
Yes.
Because I remember we were there.
Oh
and,
yeah. No. You.
And you asking me
Can
what
you
I
let
want to
me
do.
finish telling the story? Cause oh my god, your memory sucks. Your memory is
I
awful.
remember clearly I was in the sofa.
Hey,
like that.
it's good that you remember that you're married. So anyway, yeah. Anyway, so it was agreed. I threw it at you and you were like, yeah, sure, of course I'm gonna cook it. And I was like, okay, what do you want to cook? And you decided to get very, very like, like, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go like this turkey and then this and then we're gonna make a trifle and then it's that and I said that to my mom. And then literally like a week before we arrived in Poland, my mom was like, okay, so what does he need? And I asked you and you were like, sorry, what?
No, I remember we were in the sofa. I was in the sofa. You guys were sitting at the dining table, shouting across there and said, what do you want to do? And I said, what do you want? You want a plate? You want a buffet?
No, that was here. That was here.
No. Was there. 100% was
Ricardo.
there. Because I remember, and they asked what I need, because that evening, after all that, and said, and I dropped the pen and it was real, I said, fuck. I start to write down a list, because I said, give me a piece of paper. I start writing down a list, check what we had in the downstairs in the cellar, the things we need, and I went to the shop with your mom. And then I was in the shop there with the trolley, going around with Google Translator, trying to figure out the things I need.
The best thing, the funniest thing about it is...
Or wait, because the Bailey's wasn't a trifle, was a Bailey's...
You wanted to do something like a trifle, and then you put it outside, you put it on a porch, because porch was supposed to be like, an outdoor fridge. But it was so cold that it froze.
No, but harder. No, but the issue on that was like is a mousse. I think it was a Bailey's mousse or something like that.
That's very possible.
It was a Bailey mousse for sure. Was that? And then I got there. If I knew beforehand, I would bring from Ireland the gelatin leaves I need for that. Because when I got there, I got the gelatin leaves in the shop. They didn't tell me the strength. It was
you complained a lot about that, I remember.
silver, or bronze. And I didn't know what I was dealing with. So I went kind of like halfway, like a silver one, and I used that measure. And I put there in the porch to cool down.
You could kill people with that.
As a walking fridge. And the thing was like the sofa here, the pillow was too tough to be a mousse. But okay.
No, I'm just saying, the bit that you're forgetting is that way before we arrived in Poland, my mom bought the turkey.
But the follow day after we speak about that, they came with they went to their local farmer or whatever, right? To take that. And they said, oh, the turkey's down there. And then my idea was to be a plated dinner. They want to have like the Irish tradition. Or like what we have
I don't
here,
remember what you had in your head, but that was an interesting thing.
It was like the me cooking there was to have like a chef interpretation of Christmas dinner. I hate turkey ham the way it is. Turkey is a dry meat when you cook. It's very difficult.
You really don't like turkey, I know.
No, it's very
Neither do
difficult.
actually. I don't like it
because
either.
the breast is too big, and then to keep the moisture inside, you need keep pouring the liquid over and over and over, but it still is not something easy to digest. So how to wow with that, and that was my mentality. And I said I'm gonna be a plated dinner. I remember the starter was a ghost cheese with candy beetroot, something like that. And then the main course, why I did that with the main course, when they got the turkey for the local farmer. That's the only way I can describe, because the turkey was in a black bean bag in the porch. When they brought over, I thought I thought it was a dog. A big, large dog.
It's countryside, dude. Like
No,
proper
It
countryside,
was
dude.
massive.
Yes, it was.
Massive.
It
When I
was.
look at that, I said, "Oh my god, I'm gonna feed how many people with this?"
And like I remember this. I remember the whole size issue.
Oh, no, it was large. It
Gentlemen, the
la-
size matters.
no, it was really big.
That's the
The
takeaway.
turkey
Size
was
matters.
really. I never seen such a large turkey.
Bird. You've never seen such a large bird.
Like, how they kill with that with a rifle? Like, dum, 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 dum.
Oh, Ricardo,
Shoot the
I don't
animal.
wanna know.
So, anyway.
Oh, no.
Anyway, all right. Okay,
Oh.
let me go to that part. So I debone all the turkey, roast the bones to make a jus. I make a jus with the bones. It was lovely. It was really good, that jus.
Now, can I just interject something?
Yes, yeah,
Because
yeah, go
the
on.
whole prep situation, because that was the question.
Yeah, the question. Go ahead. Yeah.
No one was allowed in the kitchen for 2 days.
No, it was.
No one was allowed. My aunt was trying to figure out excuses to get in to see what you're doing, and she was scared of you. Everyone was scared of you, and
Don't be in my way.
no, you literally kicked everybody out of the kitchen, and I was like, but I have to feed the kids, and it ended up with you literally throwing out toaster, the bread bin.
Okay.
It was like moved to this, like to the island.
All right. Okay.
Bread bin, toaster, and some things, so I could make sandwich for the girls.
Oh, so I could have my space. Yes. In the kitchen, I'm very protective of my space.
No.
Yes. My station, don't touch.
Mm-hmm.
It's my station.
Do you
my
respect
station.
anybody else's station?
I do.
Do you respect your wife's station? No.
That's
do
not
you
my
have
station. That's the
do-
kitchen.
Do you have comments on how she's preparing Christmas dinner? The Polish Christmas dinner.
Used to techniques. It's
Do-
not
the-
about the way you cook.
did you have comments today?
No.
Oh my god, it would be so cool if you used this carrot, purple carrot, in the salad.
No, that's about the color. Doesn't matter. So I did like basically just going back to what I cooked. I got Parma ham, roll with turkey. So I deboned the turkey, flat them up, put the Parma ham stuffed with it was apple, right? Apple stuffing inside. Roll
Stuffing.
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 So, stuffing.
Stuffing.
Jesus Christ. So I rolled the thing, tied, so I seal, and after that I cut and looked like tornadoes. That was lovely, I have to say. So
I remember it was good dinner. I remember that my
Ro-
entire family was
roast-
like, "Whoa, Ricardo can cook.
Yeah, no, that was really
You
good.
so lucky, girl."
And and then I did the potato fondants, etc. It was really nice. That was a really nice Christmas dinner. I never managed to replicate that in any other restaurants because they want to see turkey and ham. Need to be a slice of ham. a
My
slice of
my
turkey
family was
with
basically
stuffing
like,
later.
whatever he wants to make, that's fine.
It's very different. No, that's what I'm trying to say from the beginning. How to change mindset of the same dish or interpretation of the same dish, like Brazilian
This is not-
Christmas or
no.
impose cultures. It's not imposing cultures, but adapt cultures, like the Polish dinner, Christmas or the traditional Christmas we have in the West of the turkey and ham. Like in Brazil, we don't.
But
have
that
the
doesn't
stuffing.
exist in Poland.
No, I know that's
At
what I'm saying.
all.
I'm saying in West. Like we do have in
And
Brazil
like
the
I
turkey and ham.
literally just told you that, for example, for me and my mom, we've never done anything on Christmas Day.
Yeah, but like in Brazil is the Christmas Eve. It's not Christmas Day. The Christmas Day is the leftover Christmas Eve. It's the same in Poland.
Same, I know that.
But here in Ireland, it would be the Christmas Day.
Yes, but I'm just saying that the whole kind of changing minds and everything, there was no minds to change
But,
because Christmas Day doesn't exist
I
for us,
know.
and you made a Christmas Day dinner.
and then it could become something for them. But what I'm trying to say is for the here in Ireland, I never managed to replicate what I did in Poland because it's something I always want to do in Ireland. To say the tornador with the instead of putting ham, I put the Parma ham and rolled the turkey, and I have to say it was 100 times better than just turkey ham, in my opinion. Was way nicer, flavorful, is perfect. But here, if I try to do that in any restaurants here, probably people would kill me and say, "What the fork you doing? Why you not doing the turkey ham sliced like carving style food?" And that's what I'm trying to say about cultures. Even your own culture to see in a different eyes is very difficult. Like that's something I keep saying from episode 1 from Foodcast, saying we need to have more Irish people to come to the kitchen, young Irish people to change their own mentality, the way they do their own things. It's the same in Brazil, or let's say in other places, the Nouvelle Cuisine in France or in Italy, like Massimo Bottura, what he is doing with his cuisine. If I go there and put 5 tortellini in a plate with a little bit sauce in the end, and his mentality, like I love that. He put the 5 tortellini and the sauce in the end. Is basically the 5 tortellini are going for to die, and you dip each by one by one to eat. Like if I do such a thing, I get a murder.
Okay, I just wanted to point out, if nobody knows this yet about my husband, he has a big.
Don't say that to people. Like here, like they don't need to know my private
love
details.
for Massimo Bottura, and he's got
I
such a
thought you were talking about something else.
hard feeling for Massimo Bottura.
Okay, next question.
I'm number 2.
Involving involving kids in Christmas prep, pop seed cake. That's my next question.
That's not a question, that's a statement.
Is a statement, but like I had to read whatever I wrote here.
You just had to get away from Massimo Bottura's situation, huh?
No, just you talk about big stuff I have, but
For Massimo, and yeah, I cannot match Massimo. I know.
no, he's a great chef. I have to say, darling.
Hey,
sorry.
he's fun. Whenever I watch videos
I never
of
had
him,
his food, but like
maybe one day
yeah.
we can go. It would be
Yeah.
really nice.
No, yeah,
There's a dream that we've been planning to do the great Italian holiday for quite a while.
Yeah.
One day.
One day, yes. No, but like.
But the poppy city. Okay, using children. So another thing.
Child labor for Christmas. Sorry, it's not the question. The question is.
In a way. So have you participated in preparing Christmas?
A part of the one I had
As a
this
child.
one with
As a
as a
child.
child, not much. Just going and tasting around. I was-
Is it because you were kicked out because your mom and your grandmother and your aunts were
No.
cooking, or is it because you're annoying a little dipshit who likes to tell people what to do and how to do it?
No. Back in the day, I didn't know how to cook much. So my job was. I'm the youngest of my of 3, but I was the older of my siblings, all in the same generation. But I was the one. I like to. See
What do you mean
myself-
when you say I was the youngest of 3 but older of the siblings?
siblings, cousins? Sorry.
Thank you.
Yes. So my cousins, I was literally in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So I could communicate with both sides, and like I like to see myself as the glue to put together and the fun cousin.
No, you are the gorilla glue. You know, the one that hurts the fingertips.
Don't say that.
Holds well, but don't you bitch ship.
No. But like I remember a lot. Like if I close my eyes, I remember going to my grandma's kitchen in the house, not the apartment, and that were everything going on in the house. And normally it was all the ladies there, even men as well, and chatting, drinking, and eating, cooking, and nibbling around. But I was involved. Any of the kids were involved in cooking whatsoever. More to go around, just have some tasting and see what they're doing and out.
Okay, so the
Because
way
we are playing, we are just passing. It was literally a train station of the house is the kitchen.
yeah, well, so the difference between your Christmas and my Christmas, so it was just me and my mom, and there were specific jobs that were kind of delegated to me, and yes, those were the jobs that my mom just didn't want to do, like peeling almonds or they were soaked already. Okay, guys, yeah, they were soaked. Or milling cheese for cheesecake and poppy seed for poppy seed cake. And just guys, so you get an idea, it's like imagine this old style meat mincer that you have to attach to a table, and you kind of have to, you know, twist your arm to work it. And then there are different plates to use for it, for cheese and for poppy seed. And yeah, and then poppy seed has to be milled at least 3 times. And similar with cheese, if you want to have particularly good cheesecake, baked cheesecake, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And those were my jobs. Or, for example, whipping egg yolks with sugar until they were white.
But
Or butter with
Yeah.
sugar until it was white. That was my mom's thing. Don't call me until it's white.
like one of the things I have to say is Christmas in Europe or North Hemisphere is cold season. It's not summer like in Brazil. I remember a lot of the baking or cooking in my childhood happened in the winter because you're not out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have like your we call rain cookie or rain cake is basically like churros, let's put it in a rough way, and other cakes we baked throughout the winter time when you have the June festival. It's basically the end of the harvest season, and then when it starts to get colder, actually it's already cold, and you have like wine, like the mulled wine you have in the June, July there in the winter time. I think that the part of cooking in Christmas in Europe is way nicer, more family oriented because you can't go out. Imagine Christmas with a beautiful weather outside, like kids to try to hold them inside to cook.
No, I get that. I absolutely get that. My point is, no, it wasn't a family affair in my house because, like I said, it's just me and my mom, and my mom gave me the labor-intensive jobs.
Why you don't do that with the kids?
I do. So I suppose this is the point of this entire story is that you can now purchase a pre-made poppy seed filling for a poppy seed cake. Do I do that? No. Do I buy raw poppy seed? Yes. Did I go above and beyond to find an old style mill, mincer, whatever you want to call it, in order to mince the poppy seed? Yes. Why do I still cook and prepare poppy seed from raw? Because my kids apparently like to
nostalgia
mince it. No.
as well.
Kids. No.
It's fun.
It's not fun for me. Dude, you back your tushy out of this whole thing. I would use a pre-made freaking poppy seed filling cause saves me time and energy and frustration. Do not interrupt. The only reason I do this is because your children like to do it.
I'll tell you something. It's funny, that one, yeah? Dr. Edgar, in the 70s, 80s, they start to make the premix cake. And wasn't selling at all. And they didn't understand why. So they start to do focus groups, all the shebang, yeah? Long story short, they start to listen to the housewives and understand why they were not using. And they were saying they had too much time in their hands. And they want to feel like they make something. And then, but that was in the 70s, 80s, when actually you could afford to live with one wages in the house. Not like nowadays, like everyone in the
Two
house.
wages, and it means nothing.
Yeah, the kids. We need to start put the kids to work. Anyway, my point here is.
I'm gonna blow his point in a moment anyway.
So no. Now my point here is they start to notice to save time in the house. That was the idea, and they see the feedback they got from the wives where we don't feel like we are doing something. So what they did, and since then they start to work very well and sell well. They sell the pre-dry mix done. The things you need to add on and adapt and do your own flair is crack the eggs and put the liquids, water or milk. And since then that starts to sell a lot, and they notice that's the best way to sell.
Okay.
So
what's your point?
My point here is more or less you're going the opposite way, but is the way of use the oatmeal, and because the kids like. But I would say my perspective, if I hear that for the first time, would be like, because it's the nostalgia behind.
Okay, and this is how I'm gonna break your teeny tiny nostalgic brain. Before our kids were big enough to use that freaking thing, I used the pre-made, store-bought, pre-prepared poppy seed filling.
But
I bought it every year.
But I have to say the past. I have to say, since we are
don't bullshit me that, oh my god, I noticed over the past few years your cake has gotten better. No, it hasn't.
No, I would say plant-based, because a few things change. We are now using dairy for 10 years. And every single year...
It's not been 10 years. He's exaggerating because he's a drama queen.
Come on. It's not 10.
6.
But anyway, the things start to improve. Example, cheesecake. We didn't get yet to the level of the cheesecake.
And I don't think we can ever match.
No, but it's getting better every year.
It's getting better.
Last year, like normally...
It got very good last year, yeah.
Don't take me wrong. A few years back, I used to eat 1-2 slices and say, okay, that's enough. But last year, I could eat and I say, okay, I want more.
You're bullshitting me. Last year was a different cheesecake.
Yes, but like the flavor was way better than before.
Yes.
What I'm trying to say here is the evolution going behind that. And
had I actually spent more time during the year practicing for example, the faux fish and the faux cheesecake and everything, we would be at perfection now. But because those are the things that I only cook. No, cheesecake is not only a seasonal dish.
For us, yes.
For us, it is, because I just don't have.
To put an equation.
Yeah, but we can't call it a seasonal dish because it's not a seasonal dish. It's not
for us. So that's why I'm using that example.
So you have to kind of put that in there.
Okay, they already listened to that. So but for us, is a seasonal dish. The cheesecake.
Yes.
It is a seasonal dish. The cheesecake.
You mean the cheesecake is? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So
sentence structures does not exist. Okay.
She's a teacher, English teacher. I had to live with that. I
I
can't
have, and
commit my
you have to live,
mistakes.
not leave. Okay, leave is the doors there.
Yeah, I didn't manage to leave.
Because the only person who can drive you to the hospital is here. Yeah.
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 So,
Okay.
can you tell me when I try to help making pierogi? Come on, that's my next question. So you can say some funny
Again,
story.
not a question statement. Fuck's sake.
I can't read questions. You see it, English teachers. Oh my
And-
god, why
no.
they don't get paid well? So they can do. It's difficult to teach people like me. So they should get way better wages. Look how they end up marrying people like me.
Oh my god. I'm gonna cry, guys.
Cry later, not in front of the cameras. Come on.
Anyway, you mean that one time when you decided that you're gonna help me? Because I was already, I think, drunk and emotional. Because the biggest time for me to make pierogi is Polish Independence Day. And Polish Independence Day for me, since I'm far away, is slightly more emotional than I had ever felt it when I lived in Poland. So there was this one day when we had dinner, whatever, and we still had a lot more dough to go through and a lot more fillings to go through. And I was already way drunker than I would have maybe expected. But by Polish standards, on
You're
point.
sober.
I was on point. Anyway, emotions were run and I was crying a lot and I was so emotional. And Ricardo decided he's going to be a good, dutiful husband and he's going to help and make pierogi. Few minutes later, I walk into the kitchen and my husband is using a pasta maker to roll out the dough.
No, it was the
You?
pasta. No, what's it called?
Well, you're not.
Pasta roll.
Yeah,
the pasta
that
roll.
is a pasta maker.
No, the
You
pasta
were
maker
you
is
were
the
going
one,
you were going
pasta-
like this, and the thing was going through it. Pasta maker.
Was the pasta maker,
Yeah.
not the roll.
No, and it was going through it, and you were going for the.
Very
Hey,
smart.
was smart probably. Did it land well with a very emotional Polish woman? No. Not at all. I remember having a complete meltdown in the kitchen. No, but like really, it's I am, I suppose, just because I don't live at home. As in
You're
not
home.
at home, like, but you know what I mean. Like I don't live where my people are from, and
I thought
we are
your
both.
people.
You are my new people. You're my new tribe.
All right, you better.
And but whenever anything Polish is going on, I get very emotional and I get God forbid I'll have any of the cherry vodka in me or krupnik or any
What's
of that.
Krupnik?
Oh, you like krupnik?
Is the one I just drank one shot?
No. Krupnik is the one with the honey and
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah.
you
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it.
yeah,
You like that one. And oh god, I get a few shots of both of those and I am so patriotic and
When is the Polish Independence Day?
oh my god.
For people that doesn't know here, like me. No, like not like me, but like people are not actually. Yeah, when is the Polish Independence Day? Say, woman.
For November.
I knew it. When's Brazilian Independence Day? Ah, it's November. You said 2 months before.
September?
Yes.
4th of September?
a few days after, 3 days after.
7th of September?
Yes. Now
Yay!
she
Now I
knows.
know.
Yeah.
No, but let's face
And
it.
you should
And this
see
is.
the last 7th of September in Brazil.
Was it amazing? Were you
Yes.
there?
They
Were you
just,
like in touch with your Brazilian culture?
yeah, in the capital they put all the old tanks going through the capital. The pollution. God.
But I suppose the very
Like
important
the
thing.
tanks were passing by. Probably they actually get the tow cars to start to throw the
Christ.
tanks. Like Bolsonaro just put the tanks there. Oh my God!
We're
it
getting
was
political. I suppose
biased.
culturally, what is
Yeah,
a
culturally,
very
yes.
interesting thing to notice.
In Brazil, you just wear the colors of the country. That's it. No
I
food.
no. I just think.
Probably it's some barbecue. And
No,
fajita.
I don't think we have particular food either in Poland. For Independence Day, I think when you move out of your country, you become a little bit more like, oh my God, this is our Independence Day, so we're going to do something particular for it. So that's when I started doing this whole thing about pierogi and making tons of pierogi, and this is when I make my Christmas pierogi.
Do you
Like,
think it's like
where-
that?
I think that
When
you
you-
know, the absence makes the heart grow fonder. So the further you are from home or somebody you love, the more fond you are of them or it. So while in Poland I'd probably go like, yay, day off from work. Here I do not get a day off from work. I still have to go and work. If I can swing it and have a day off, I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna cook something that's going to be as Polish as possible, because I want to feel that connection with the. And here is the point with the what? Fatherland or motherland? What do we say?
Motherland.
You say that. I come from the eastern region of Europe, so for me it's the fatherland. Anyway,
Why fatherland?
the Eastern European countries use fatherland because everything is about father. But, and this is not a fight, but a very interesting conversation with my mom. Because as some of you may relate to, moms and fathers sometimes don't realize that their children know stuff even after you've done your college, even if you went through life studying things, doing things, working through things. I've got master degrees, all that. I'm well educated and a well-rounded human being.
And you end up getting married with me. That's your greatest
achievement,
in your
absolutely.
life. Yes,
Snatching
I know, yes.
that is my greatest
got
achievement,
him.
absolutely. So
Just need to edit
did-
all the wording.
you have to edit the entire sarcasm there.
No sarcasm.
Parents, like, I don't know if they like, I think maybe sometimes they just don't believe that that their kids can actually know things. So I had this very interesting conversation with my mom where she just kept going on with this fatherland thing and everything and father tongue, and I'm like, yes mom, but you know what, it makes so much more sense in the West when we use mother tongue, because who teaches us language? Mother. Why is it called mother tongue? I really like this punchline. Like, seriously, whenever I have...
But you use mother tongue in your country.
No, we say father tongue.
Really?
Absolutely. The language of the father. That's what we say.
The language of the father.
Yes. So, język ojczysty.
But in German.
Same.
Really?
I believe so. I am assuming, making
Okay.
assumptions, linguistic
Before
assumptions.
I edit that,
Yes,
I need to know
do I have masters in linguistics, but might have to check that.
Yes, you should know that before we edit that. Oh my god.
Oh, did I have my glasses on? No, I don't. Okay.
Yeah, so like I
No,
think
so
makes
so
sense
the point is the mother tongue
or
makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
This is my favorite joke. Whenever I remember cracking it once in the staff room, and that was the day I kind of won the comedian
And I
award.
would say like that would be funny because in the translation in the movies, I remember now in Brazil the Russian one they try to put the Russian accent and they say Mother Russia.
Oh no, it is
They-
Mother Russia. Absolutely, it is Mother Russia.
It's not like Father Russia.
No, 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 no.
That would be so funny.
No. Mother Russia is Mother Russia always. But the point is,
And then
mother is the person always who carries language and culture and traditions. And think about it very carefully. What is happening in our family? In our family, the traditions that are really sticking
always would
or
be the
are
mother.
getting it's yeah,
Look,
but should it be really the mother?
my part here is the influence of the West in Europe, not West going up to China. The West in Europe is because of Russia, right? And the vocabulary, etc. No, there is a big influence there for the past three.
No, sorry,
400
sorry.
years.
I'm trying to understand what you said. You
No,
said
no.
the influence of West is
The
because of
West
Russia.
influence, like in Europe. If you
Yeah, but you
divide
said it's because of
East
Russia.
and West Europe is highly influenced by Russia, right?
So if you think about the traditions that are sticking in our family, they're always influenced by mom because they're my traditions. And then I allow you sometimes some leeway with those traditions. Like with the Wet Monday and introducing, water guns and stuff. And yeah, for Easter. But I am not saying that this is the right way to do it.
I do understand. Like there is the influence. Like the mother always will.
Mom's the primary teacher.
Yes.
Usually.
Well,
Yeah.
I
Most
see
of the time. Not all of the time. Most
I
of the
see
time.
with my family. Okay, my dad passed when I was 8 months, but my point here is, the family always gravitates towards the mother family.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always will put the mother. Like, and then I do not understand why they would say the fatherland,
Oh, because
The logic.
it's no. It's just
or it's just cultural.
patriarchal. Sorry, too much alcohol today. It's just the importance that's being put on the father as the head of the family.
Yeah, no, I
That-
do understand that the head of the family.
like
yeah.
culturally, and it's really, I always find it very, very funny, is that culturally we accept that the man is the head of the family, and yet we allow all of the running of the family to be on the in the hands of a woman. Sorry, but that's just history, and I'm not.
No, the
I'm just talking historically speaking, in terms of Poland. For example, I am not getting into any logical
It's supposed to-
debates now.
yeah, it is a Christmas episode, so yay!
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, hey. And hey, tomorrow I get to deal with the poppy seeds and supervise the poppy seeds flying onto our walls, courtesy of our children, and making a tofu cheesecake and gingerbread that has to get finished.
The house or the bread?
Both.
Both, yeah. Oh,
You are well, I'm gonna make the mortar, and you are in charge of making gingerbread house.
no, I'm in charge to finish the village.
After the village, you're making that because
I still
I
have-
said so, because you need bonding time with your children.
I boned a lot of times with that.
As the mother, as the unofficial head of this household, I proclaim tomorrow bonding day.
So James Bond day all day.
No, James Bond Day is between me and Florence, our younger daughter. She asked to watch all the old James Bond movies with me, and our older daughter is not allowed to watch with us because I watch horror movies with our older daughter. So the younger one wants to have her own thing, and apparently it's James Bond. So sexism and chauvinism. Yay.
Oh God.
Hey, I love James Bond, no matter how sexist and chauvinistic the movies are. And I adore it. And my favorite one is Sean Connery. And come for me. You're welcome to come for me for that.
All right. With that being said,
did I just make my husband uncomfortable? Do you have a different favorite James Bond?
no, I think Daniel Craig was on point. Because comparing with the previous Bond movies, he's basically do not get a scratch.
But that's not the point. James Bond is supposed to get beat up.
But I think Dennis Craig, he was amazing as James Bond.
Yes, no, he was really, really good. I agree. I am not fighting that. But still, Sean Connery.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
You are most welcome, husband.
For enlightening about cultures, mixed cultures.
Why does it sound like he's so sarcastic about this whole, oh, I just found out that I'm being, like, marginalized in this family. You live with 3 women. Get over it. The only other men in this house are the fish.
That's what we think about it. Nonetheless, thank you very much for season 1. I hope all of you enjoyed season 1 of Foodcast. Listen, follow, share.
God,
I know that's the idea. But if somebody has a bad idea, please leave in the comments below so I can get
or
a
like
better
give
line.
a review.
Yeah, I would be very good on
Yeah.
that. But we are going now for our winter break.
Compulsory winter break.
It's just like now we have the break, winter break, doesn't matter what. For the season 2, so I'll get ready for season 2. Between now and season 2, please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, check what we're doing, TikTok as well. We'll be posting our stuff there. So the point is, follow us, share, like, and keep in touch in the social media. Happy Christmas and Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Even.